Section 2. Union Carrier Unity. Amid the Union Fleet. Deep Space. Cherryh sat down at the table in the main room, ignored the guards to lean his head against his hands and try to recover his balance. He remained as he was for several breaths, then rose, walked to the water dispenser on the wall, unsteady on his feet. He moistened his fingers and bathed his face with the cold water, took a paper cup and drank to settle his stomach. Someone joined him in the room. He looked, scowled instantly, for it was Dayan Jacoby, who sat down at the only table. He would not have gone back to it, but his legs were too weak to bear long standing. He did not bear up well through jump. Jacoby fared better, and that too he held against him. "It's close," Jacoby said. "I have a good idea where we are." Cherryh sat down, forced his eyes into focus. The drugs made everything distant. "You should be proud of yourself." "Mason will be there." "They don't confide in me, but it makes sense that he would. Is this being recorded?" "I have no idea. What if it is? The fact is, Mr. Cherryh, that you can't retain Pell for the company. You can't protect it. You had your chance and it's gone. And Pell doesn't want Mason. Better Union than Mason. Tell that to my companions." "Pell," Jacoby said, leaning forward, "deserves better than the company can give. Better than Mason will give it, that's for sure. I'm for our interest, Mr. Cherryh, and we deal as we must." "You could have dealt with us." "We did. For centuries." Cherryh bit his lip, refusing to be drawn further into this argument. The drugs he had to have for jump fogged his thinking. He had already talked, and he had resolved not to. They wanted something out of him, or they would not have brought him out of confinement and let him up onto this level of the ship. He leaned his head against his hand and tried to reason himself out of his muzziness while there was still time. "We're ready to go in." Jacoby pursued him. "You know that." Jacoby was trying to frighten him. He had been prostrate with terror during their last maneuvering. He had endured jump twice now, with the feeling that his guts were twisted inside out. He refused to think of another one. "I think they're going to have a talk with you," Jacoby said, "about a message for Pell. Something to the effect that Earth has signed a treaty, that Earth supports the right of the citizens of Pell to choose their own government, that kind of thing." He stared at Jacoby, doubting, for the first time, where right and wrong lay. Jacoby was from Pell. Whatever Earth's interest, those interests could not be served by antagonizing a man who might, despite all wishes to the contrary, end up high in the government on Pell. "You'll be interested, perhaps," Jacoby said, "in agreements involving Pell itself. If Earth doesn't want to cut off, and you protest it seeks trade, it has to go through Pell, Mr. Cherryh. We're important to you." "I'm well aware of that. Talk to me when you are in authority over Pell. Right now the authority on Pell is Angelo Constantine, and I have yet to see anything that says differently." "Deal now," Jacoby said, "and expect agreement. The party I represent can assure you of safeguards for your interests. We're a jumping-off point, Mr. Cherryh, for Earth and home. A quiet takeover on Pell. A quiet stay for you while you're waiting on your companions to overtake you. For a journey home in a ship easily engaged here at Pell. Or difficulties. Prolonged difficulties, resulting from a long and difficult siege. Damage, possibly the destruction of the station. I don't want that. I don't think you do. You're a humane man, Mr. Cherryh, and I'm begging you. Make it easy on Pell. Just tell the truth. Make it clear to them that there's a treaty, that their choice has to be Union, that Earth has let them go." "You work for Union. Thoroughly." I want my station to survive, Mr. Arez. Thousands upon thousands of people could die. You know what it is with Mazian using it for cover. He can't hold it forever, but he can ruin it. Arez sat staring at his hand, knowing that he could not reason accurately in his present condition, knowing that most of what he had been told in all his stay among them was a lie. Perhaps we should work together, Mr. Jacoby, if it can assure an end to this without further bloodshed. Jacoby blinked, perhaps surprised. Probably, Arez said. We are both realists, Mr. Jacoby. I suspect you of it. Self-determination is a nice term for last available choice, is it not? I comprehend your argument. Pell has no defenses. Station neutrality, meaning that you go with the winning side. You have it, Mr. Arez. So do I, he said. Order, in the beyond, benefits trade, and that's to the company's interest. It was inevitable that independence would come out here. It's just come sooner than Earth was ready to understand. It would have been acknowledged long ago if not for the blindness of ideologies. Brighter days, Mr. Jacoby, are possible. May we live to see them. It was a lie as sober-faced as he had ever delivered. He leaned back in his chair with nausea urging at him from the effects of jump and from outright terror. Mr. Arez. He looked back at the doorway. It was Azov. The Union officer walked in, resplendent in black and silver. We are monitored, Arez observed sourly. I don't delude myself with your affection, Mr. Arez, only with your good sense. I'll make your recording. Azov shook his head. We go heralded, he said, but by a different warning. There's no hope that Mazian ships will all be docked. We brought you along first for the Maziani, and secondly, because in the taking of Pell Station, it will be useful to have a voice of former authority. He nodded weary assent. If it saves lives, sir. Azov simply stared at him, frowned, finally. Take time to recover your equilibrium, sirs, and to contemplate what you might do to benefit Pell. Arez looked at Jacoby as Azov left and saw that Jacoby was also capable of anxiety. Doubts? He asked Jacoby sourly. I have kin on that station, Jacoby said.